Oh, thank the Lord. I think we're at 2 inches so far just today, and it is still coming. Man, we needed this. That's how we plant grass here in Georgia. They go nuts, man. They love their scrambled eggs. Morning. First of all, I apologize for not posting up some videos more than I have. Since we got back from the beach house, I have been absolutely overwhelmed, and it's like I've shot this intro. How many times have I shot this intro? 7 times? And then every time I go to maybe think about making a video, everything has changed and there's more stuff to cover. So here's what I'm gonna do today. I'm just gonna give you a brief overview. I have 31 videos to make over the next 30 days. I don't know if I can do it or not. I've got so much stuff to cover. Today I'm really going to focus on returning back here to the farm. The drought has been horrible. The month of July we got 1.9 inches of rain the whole month. It has set back so much. Some of the gardens have survived because of the irrigation. The corn has actually grown all the way. It was mature really before it hit, so that's fine. We're leaving it standing. I cut the top cornfield. I'm seeding up there. I've got seeding projects going all over. And finally, yesterday, the temperature broke. So like a lot of you guys, I mean, we've been no rain, and I would say in the 92 to 99 degree area for like weeks. It's been horrible. But look out here, and guess what? This morning, yesterday, temperatures dropped down into the high 70s. We got a little bit of rain. And then this morning we have solid heavy rain, not heavy rain, good moderate rain, and then we possibly have thunderstorms coming in. I am so thankful for this. So I'm going to take advantage of this. I went up and I cut the upper cornfield, which was really weak, but that upper field needs to be a green field with clover and brassica and turnips for the deer, for deer season that's coming up just in a couple of months. The grasses out here, I'm planting my centipede grass over here has really started to take in here. Now that we've got water, I'm gonna put down some more common Bermuda seed. The front and the pond in the front, I got some video I'll show you here in a minute. They look good, but I need to go put some more seed next to the cabin over there where we have that natural area. Now, if you're trying to seed sort of a natural area, I will tell you, and want some common Bermuda seed, this bag right here, that's a 15-pound bag of Bermuda seed. And the problem is that most of your big box stores now sell a Seed-and-Fertilizer blend, which is crap. You don't want that. But to just get raw common Bermuda seed, that's a 15-pound bag from Walmart, believe it or not. They're the only one that carries it. 15, and it's 80 bucks, which is cheap for 15 pounds. So anyways, it looks like we're going to have some rain, and I got to look at my forecast. I think we have a chance of some thunderstorms, but I want to go seed over there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive my UTV up and down a little bit while it's muddy and wet and drive that seed in. I got baby chicks. I'm going to show you the baby chicks. I got scrambled eggs. I feed my baby chicks scrambled eggs every day. The girls are doing really well. I broke my tractor. I was trying to move a big thing of solar panels. I'll show you that. I actually snapped the metal front connections on my John Deere. My fault. It was stupid. What else have I got? I got so much going on. So anyways, I'm going to string something together. If you don't mind, I asked last time and it worked out well. I asked you guys to give it a thumbs up. I don't give it a thumbs down, I don't care, but give it a thumbs up. I was trying to get 1,000 likes, and I think we got over 2,500 likes. So let's try it again on this video. So I'm gonna get wet today, but I got to get some of this stuff done. Here we go. So I kind of have to put everything into priorities, and of course the #1 priority is the baby chicks, making sure they're okay. Well, by the way, we rescued a baby rabbit the other day from the garden while we were cutting with a lawnmower, but we released it the other day, and I didn't want to keep that thing, and she appears to be doing fine. Okay, so I've sort of cleaned this area out, and we have now our brooding area over here. Over there, that what you see over there, that's where I had that baby rabbit. So I'll show you here in a minute. I was trying to move a big pallet of solar panels, and I didn't realize that it was 2 pallets put together, which was my fault. I should have, because it was all wrapped in plastic. I couldn't see that it was 2 pallets, and we was really struggling. It was over 1,000 pounds, and I ended up snapping these 2 right here, those 2 pins on both sides. So the John Deere is going into a shop because of my stupid mistake, and I'm sure it's going to be a $1,500 repair. But I was actually able to, I'll show you here in a minute, the subsoiler. I wanted to run the subsoiler on that upper field. I did do that, so I'm going to show you that. I mean, there's so much stuff I've been doing out here. It's crazy. It's been non-stop. So anyways, hi girls. How are we doing? Everybody alive? That's all I really care about every morning right now. Just make sure you're all alive. So I'm going to give them some scrambled eggs. So on this setup over here, I have a fine mesh. This fine mesh screen keeps the flies out. If you don't do that, and you have like the door open in here during the summertime, there'll be a bunch of flies in there. Then I have a sort of a hard wire metal cloth that just keeps any predators and keeps them eventually from flying out of here too. So I've got, someone's going to ask what kind of birds. I'll put it up on the screen or something. I didn't really have a choice on my breeds. Because of the egg shortage and high baby chick demand for females, I had to order these girls 3 months ago, and they finally just arrived. So the fact that they actually got here is amazing. I've been waiting so long for them. It's just nuts, man. But I'll put them up. They're really cute. But I've learned with baby chicks, there's something called pasty butt, where their butt gets kind of clogged up, and it can kill them. You're supposed to check, obviously. I don't even bother really checking. I do look, but I give them scrambled eggs with olive oil. I chop up the eggs extremely fine. I put olive oil on it, and I do that every morning, and I've never had a chick with pasty butt. Never had issues with their butts doing that. I think the problem with pasty butt is just giving them dry food and water, dry food and water. And eventually they're not going to get enough water, and that dry food's going to kind of clump up. But so it's kind of like a natural laxative, I guess. Let me get this going. Oh, by the way, I installed a blink camera right here, so I can actually monitor them in the middle of the night. I pull it up, check it if I want to, and everything's fine. Here we go. So I give them fresh feed, then I put the scrambled eggs on top, and they go nuts, man. They love their scrambled eggs. You guys love it, don't you? Yeah, you guys love it. You guys love it. Hi. Hi, baby. Are you a good girl? Huh? Are you a good girl? I know. Here you go. This is the electric, quote-unquote, UTV. It's really a golf cart dressed up to look like a UTV with a basket, brush guard, winch, and a dump trailer. We've been talking about getting one of these for a long time. We have the same brand golf cart down at the beach house. It's a Candy. We order it through Lowe's, which is amazing because I get 10% off on a military discount. So I got $1,000 off this thing. This thing only ended up costing me about 9 grand. Dude, that's cheap for this. It's lithium battery, it's fantastic. It's only 2-wheel drive, but we don't need it. But man, for hunting purposes, instead of driving around with a gas motor all the time and scaring off the deer early in the morning, the problem I've got is my shed door is too low. So Jesse's coming out next week and he's gonna redo those doors for me somehow. I don't know how we're gonna do it so that this can go inside that shed down there. They're coming to pick up the tractor for repair on Tuesday, but I got just about everything done I need to get done. I keep a fan running in here. Baby chicks, I'm gonna stay about 90 degrees, but they are fine. People freak out too much about being exact. As long as they have a heat source that they can huddle near, it's fine. It's gonna be in the 70s. They're fine. I just don't have air blowing right on them. All right, so next on my list, I'm gonna take care of the chickens, and then I'm gonna go put out seed. I'm gonna drive around. I'm gonna try and get some. I wonder where my machete went to. Let me just hop over here real quick and show you some stuff of videos I got coming up. The squash garden. So the squash garden was an experiment this year. This is a brand new garden, and it was a complete success, other than the fact that we have no irrigation over here. So next year we need to run the irrigation system over here too. We have pulled, gosh, at least 100 squashes out of here. And of course the drought just basically turned everything brown. But if you can see this, I want you to look. You got to look carefully and see all the squash, okay? This is butternut squash over here. There's these big dark orange things, those massive things that are about 7-8 pounds each. Those things are Hubbard squashes. Down the end where I have a bunch of these sort of egg-shaped looking yellow squashes, these down here are spaghetti squashes, and I ate the most delicious spaghetti squash casserole I've ever eaten in my life the last month out at the beach house. Pumpkins, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I now have 8, and I've already pulled 7 pumpkins out of here. What do you do with pumpkins? I give them away to people. Dude, oh, there's another one hidden over there. So what I told Rachel to do, she and her mom are going to come up and do a squash harvest up here. But then I said, let's just leave the squash plants now that they've been sort of beaten back and we're going to get a bunch of rain. Let's just leave it and see what happens. I believe the squash plants will sort of rejuvenate with all this rain and start growing again. I'm pretty sure that'll happen. So I'm going to have another growth surge over the next couple of months into October. And we'll have more squash. So we're just going to let them rejuvenate in here and not really do anything. Just rely on Mother Nature and the rain. Could you imagine farming back in the 1800s? It's crazy how people survive. So the main garden over here, let me start these chickens. So fortunately for the main water buckets in here, all I got to do is turn on my deep well, flip these 2 switches. Those 2 buckets that I have that special watering system on it. That bucket and the bucket inside will automatically fill. The new chickens are going to be down in this coop, and I'll have a hose running down to there. I can do the same thing. I just flip a switch and let it run for about 30 seconds, and I just like to flush it out and let it run. And then I'll take this other hose, I'll clean it out, give them a little bit of fermented chicken feed and a little bit of black fly larvae. The egg production has been sort of slowed down. I got up to a point where I was getting 29, almost 30 eggs a day from 30 chickens. Now, because of a couple broody birds and the heat and everything else, I'm about anywhere from 17 to 20 eggs a day. Oh, I know what I forgot to tell you. So this morning I said, you know what? I'm not going to do anything, take care of my normal morning stuff, and then I'm going to go edit videos. All of a sudden I heard this blood-curdling scream downstairs. She screams at everything. And there was something, she said there's a lizard or something that ran across. Come to find out, pretty sure it was a mouse in the house, which we've never had before. There's mice all around here. They're little field mice. So I pulled out the stove drawer, the bottom stove drawer, which is where it ran to, and I saw a mouse dropping. So we're going to start Mouseageddon at the house. Underneath the crawl space, I've caught mice in there before, but I put a sticky pad under the stove to catch them, and I'm going to go launch about 6 to 8 mouse traps down under the house. If you have mice, you really need to, they will eat through electrical cords like that and cause fires. Anyways, so here's the garden. This was all squash and zucchini. We're gonna rototill this. We're gonna plant some more zucchini here, I think is the plan. Tomatoes. Dude, this has been such a hard year for tomatoes with all this heat, the drought, disease, and then we had this infestation of leaf-footed bugs. If you don't know what a leaf-footed bug is, maybe I'll put one up on the screen. I literally came out here with pyrethrin, which is a natural insect killer, and I would spray, walk along, and there's just hundreds along each row would just fly up. Dude, those leaf-footed bugs, that's the worst I've seen ever. It was bad. I guarantee you there's more out here. I've sprayed 3 or 4 times, but the problem is, you know, some of these plants look okay here, but then you get down, we've lost a couple of them. So here's our plan for the fall. Because in Georgia, we have August, September, October, at least 90 days of growing season. So I got a bunch of stuff planned out. You're gonna make sure you're subscribed and turn your notification bell on, so otherwise you won't get notified. So we're gonna take cuttings from this. We're gonna take cuttings and seed, and we're gonna turn these beds. We pulled all the herbs out of here. We're gonna work these beds, put some good soil in there, keep them really wet, and we're gonna do some, what do you call it? When you cut a plant and stick it in rootings. We're gonna do some tomato rootings over here. I'm gonna do some tomato seeds, and I'm gonna do some peppers over here, and maybe even a couple cucumbers. But what we're gonna do is we've yanked all these cucumbers out of here. Cucumbers just don't make it in July in Georgia. Every year we lose them. Disease, heat, everything. So we're gonna rototill these rows here. I'm gonna replant cucumbers here. I think I can still get a decent number of them out. They'll grow pretty quickly. I've killed off all this area, and this is where the baby rabbit was, by the way. There was a nest in here, and she was mowing, and about 10 of them ran all over the place. Thank God we didn't kill any. But I don't know what I'm going to plant here. We may do more green peppers, because we got a ton. This is all the peppers are doing fabulous, by the way. Oh, and by the way, there's a new chicken coop for the girls. This is chicken coop 2.0, and that's all ready for them. We just got to clean it up, make some additions. I did put in a little door here where these girls can go in here and clean it, keep it kind of clean. Look at the grapevine. We planted 8 more of those grapevines over here. Dude, this is a lot of information to take in. But anyways, the pepper plants, leaf-footed bugs, we're killing. This is what those leaf-footed bugs will do right here. They go in, they drill a hole, and then you get a rotten pepper. So anyways, this plant over here, we have jalapenos all along here, but see these red peppers right here? We have no idea what they are, because it must have been mixed into when we bought our other plants. You do not want to eat those. Rachel cracked one open and touched it to her tongue, and for the next hour she was going, oh my gosh. My neighbor said, oh, I like hot peppers, so I gave them a couple of them. She texted me back, she said his body is on fire. So I don't know what they are, but ain't nobody eating them. But anyways, Rachel and her mom have been canning like crazy tomatoes. They're making cowboy candy, which is jalapenos and something else. My neighbor made some really good jalapeno pepper jelly. It was delicious. It's addictive. What else? Pickles. Rachel and her mom making pickles that we share. She brings them over and share them. So it's kind of a nice situation. We got a lot of people inputting and benefiting from this. I give away all my eggs. My neighbors are getting eggs. So, all right, let me go out here real quick. These girls are so pissed at me right now. Here's a little side note for you. I'm going around collecting these little mouse traps. I'm going to put them down at the house. If you don't, I don't really do TikTok, but let me explain what happened with TikTok. Some person, very nice gentleman, registered the name How To with Doc over at TikTok. I don't know how many years ago. There's nothing we can really do on that. There's not a whole lot you can do. But what this guy did was, not only did he grab my face and use my face as the icon, then every time we published a video, he would illegally steal that content, chop it up, and post it as a TikTok. We fought TikTok for almost a year on this. We submitted all kinds of materials they requested, and thank God I have some really good attorneys. I actually have 3 attorneys. And we were able to finally provide all the evidence, all the proof, provide our trademarks, our copyrights. And they finally got an email saying they have taken that down. So, and they have relinquished it. So we immediately grabbed that. So I now have a TikTok up there, you know, sexy poses. So I do stupid stuff over there, you know, I just post. It's easy for me just to shoot something with the chicks and put it up. But if you have a TikTok, go over to TikTok at How To with Doc. I guess that's how they do it on TikTok. I have an Instagram too. I just do stupid stuff like the chickens and other things up there, but yeah, go do that for me. Give this video a like. Go over to TikTok. Follow me over there. Because what we're doing now is we're trying to build that back up after this idiot illegally stole all of our content. And I'm sure he was getting paid for it too. All right, so we got a lot going on today, but I'm going to show you a really stupid move on my behalf. I've got a huge box of solar panels, and the problem is the whole thing was wrapped in saran wrap, and I didn't realize that there were 2 pallets which I could separate, and I tried to move it all at once. And this is part of my John Deere. So these pins go into this former hole right here, and they have snapped off. It even bent this pin. So here's the solar panel boxes, and I didn't realize because it was wrapped in that plastic that I could have gone in and got half at a time. So what, probably $1,000 repair going on. They're going to pick it up Tuesday and fix that, but hell, at least I can go up and I can rip that field with the back stuff. So anyways, what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and put this on without the pins and lift half the boxes and move those, because we're cleaning out this whole building to put I'm putting a new workout center in the back. Like I need to work out anymore. Here you go, hold my pieces. All right, what do we got here? We got spectacles, testicles, wallet, and watch. Let's hold on and hope for the best. All right, John and Jeff are leaving. It is now 11 o'clock. They put in their time, and now I'm going to put another 4 hours or so in here. A lot better than I thought, and it was just one pass. So the nice thing is I can kind of leave the corn like this, and you can see the deer will just come by and just eat it, because this is all hard now. So I don't even really have to worry about these stalks. It's actually be good cover for the seeds. So I think I'll just do one pass with the cutter. I'll cut all this down. Oh, I almost forgot to get rid of that shepherd's hook. That would have been better. All right, so that is all cut down once. Like I said, we're going to turn this into a green field. They'll have cover go all the way through this, all through this area, and then they have a tendency to come up through this, what do you call those? Anyways, all those cypress and pines, thick stuff. And then they'll come out here and they'll be feeding in here. My biggest buck ever was shot right there at 712. But I could put up some video. I mean, I'll have every morning at 5:55, the feeder goes off and I'll have 5 or 6 bucks out here. Then in the afternoon, I have like 8 does and 7 or 8 babies. But anyways, I'm gonna run this over. I'm gonna drop that unit down just a few inches. I'm gonna run this over one more time. Just to cut a little bit of these stalks up, just for organic matter and cover. I've already got my seed down, and then I'm gonna run irrigation up here. Oh no, then I got a subsoil, then I'm gonna run irrigation. All right, so since we're in the heat of summer, if I leave this soil like this, nothing good is going to become of this. This is going to simply dry out. It's hard as a rock. Anyways, look at that. Oh my God, I can't even break it off. It is hard as a rock. It literally feels like a rock, but it's soil. So what I'm going to do is, I'm actually now coming over these subsoiler marks, and I'm actually riding my wheel over that to close it up. So there will still be a bunch of air gaps and oxygen in here, but it's not going to be like this where the sun is going to pound it and completely dry it out. If I was in the springtime, I'd probably leave it like this. I could even plant into this, but I can actually plant into these rows if I wanted to plant something. But yeah, I need to close this up. And now that I'm closing it up, I'm thinking about, I might even go ahead and subsoil again in here and just sort of open this field completely up for oxygen and water. And anyways, that's what I'm thinking about, because they're coming to pick my tractor up Tuesday, so I won't be able to do anything after that, because I got to fix my $1,000 mistake. Keep rubbing that in. All right, so if you guys understand my property, I have 3 fields: corn, corn, and corn. This field, the corn got real immature and it was real tiny, it was weak. But I came up here yesterday with my broken tractor and ran my subsoiler. Now the subsoiler is just a hook. It's not a plow. It goes in and it goes down and it hits that hardpan. And let me tell you what, we have hardpan, it stops my tractor. If I go take that hook down regular, it just stops it dead. So plus it doesn't help the fact that this soil is so dry. So what I did was I came through here with my cutter. I can show you that in a minute. My toe behind cutter, and I cut all the corn. We came out here after I did that. Actually, I put down some seed, then I cut it, and then I put out some more seed. So I'm planting Brassica, purple top turnip, and clover. I'm gonna turn this into a green field. So I've just plowed this, left everything, cut everything, left everything on the ground. The deer were in here last night like crazy. Ran the subsoiler, but the problem is with the subsoiler, when you have really dry, really hard pan, it'll sort of break up. Instead of just running and leaving a little hump, it actually sort of breaks it up. And so what I did was I actually ran my tractor tires over these subsoiler marks to sort of recompress it a little bit. But this is going to be a beautiful field. Now the reason why I don't want corn in this field standing for hunting season is because all these green trees carry all around, and this is a major corridor for deer. This is where they travel. There's 700 acres across the street full of deer and bucks. They come in here, then back over here, and this is where I actually shot my largest deer last year. I was way down in that stand 180 yards away and shot that guy up here. Actually, that was 2 years ago, 2 seasons ago. So I need to leave this open for visibility purposes. But man, let me tell you what, having this irrigation up here is a game changer. I'm doing something interesting in these cornfields down here. We're leaving them standing for the deer or whatever. They'll come through and they'll eat every ear of corn, because it's not eating corn, it's field corn, and it turns hard like popcorn. Let me go down here and show you. Okay, so what we did was, when we planted our corn, we planted real thick corn rows, left about 6 to 8 feet in between each one. And then in that spacing, we have planted deer food, which is clover and chicory and turnip. So in between each one of these corn rows is an actual eating row, so they can eat the corn or they go. But what this does is, instead of having just a bare field, it gives them cover. So it makes them feel more comfortable that they can actually come out here later in the morning or earlier in the night, which is kind of the whole purpose of this. Now, this is hybrid 85, which is not a eating corn per se. It really is just a field corn, grain corn. Let me see, I've got a piece around here somewhere. And we leave this dry and standing. I know it looks brown, but it's fully grown and mature now. I mean, it's getting really hard. It's not as hard as popcorn yet, but it's getting there. And I have tens of thousands of ears of corn out here for the wildlife. And we'll leave them up. But again, it's for cover. Now, someone always say, Doc, why don't you plant some sweet corn? Here's an interesting note. Corn seed is expensive. So if you want to get sweet Silver Queen hybrid corn, I want you to guess how much 25-pound bag of that is, because I ordered it. What do you think? How much do you think it is? A 25-pound bag of sweet hybrid Silver Queen corn. How much is that? That's the corn that everyone wants to eat. $540. So what I did was I broke up that bag into a bunch of smaller bags, and I actually vacuum sealed them and I put them in the refrigerator. I'm going to save some for next year. But here's what I'm going to do. In this field, I'm going to have John and Jeff, after we get this where we want it and get it cut low and replant clover and turnip, we're going to run a rototiller down each one of these rows, because I can't get my tractor. My tractor won't fit in here with my tow behind seeder. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to run a rototiller, and I'm going to plant that hybrid in between here. And so we'll have this really, really thick with corn. This will be a great little travel corridor. But it'll also have a second generation, because remember, corn is about a 90-day growth, 90-day harvest product. And in Georgia, I've got August, September, October, and even into November. So we'll see what happens. We're just playing around this year, and it's worked out really well. So in the month of July, we got 1.9 inches of rain. Today, so far, over the past 5 hours, we have had 3.6 inches of rain. Dude, look at all this. This is what I mean, where I've got to fix these areas. See the water pooling? But let me tell you what, I am not complaining. I don't care how much rain we get. We can get 10 inches. I'm just telling you, man. It has been so bad and so dry out here. So, like I said, I got a ton of videos to get cut off on. I'll do the baby chicks. I'll give you updates on everything. We'll do the gardens. We'll talk about army worms. We got army worms that are going to be hitting us. We'll talk about a whole bunch of different subjects. I really appreciate you guys. If you give us a thumbs up, go over to my TikTok, follow me on TikTok, even though I don't really care about TikTok, but I just kind of want to make a point about that. So, anyways, I'll see you in a couple days. Hope you enjoy it. It's a good video for a rainy Sunday afternoon. Doc.